Welcome back to another uproariously glorious edition of Disinformed After Dark, the podcast where everything falls out. I don't know.
Or falls off.
No, let's hope not, because we don't want Frozone over here to get dead.
Yeah, sorry. I wasn't frozen. I was fine.
Yes, no, never a freeze. By the way, I'm Shane.
I'm John.
And I'm Michael.
If you're unaware, for the blissfully uninitiated, we record a weekly podcast called the Disinformed Podcast, which is very likely how you found us. But on the off chance you stumbled into here blindly, hi, welcome. You can check us out. There will be links in the description here so you can listen to the actual episodes and have a little more fun with us. But this is our bite-sized version, the quick Sousson, if you will, so that we can enjoy a little more time with one another whilst our files compress. So...
Yes.
What we usually will do for you here is that we bring you a glorious hyperthetical as, penned by the great Chuck Klosterman to try to keep things interesting and entertaining while John navigates the cosmos.
It is a journey.
It's very
transcendental.
Speaking of out-of-body experiences, as we did in this week's episode.
Yeah.
And aliens, oddly enough. So it's apt.
You know what we didn't do though, and it broke the format and it kind of broke me. We didn't do a fork, marry, kill.
We did not. We also didn't happen to say that it's a living at any point.
I did. That's how we closed our episode.
Oh, you squeezed one
now
in
I have to add that as I have to make sure that the editing says it there. So
well done.
That's great.
Yeah.
Thanks.
By the way, to get this out of the way, birds are not real, in case you were unaware.
Yeah. I've never seen a bird that's real.
No. For all you sheeple out there that don't, just want to keep on believing
Wake
in the lie
up,
that's
sheeple!
birds. You might get the bird from us by the end of this podcast. Who knows?
Jeez.
So, gentlemen, are you ready for our beautiful hypothetical of this evening?
I suppose so.
Yeah, give it to me.
I feel this one is extremely appropriate given the fact that John and I have been diving down the rabbit hole of our memories in last week's episode. This is an appropriate one for some rabbit holes we wish that we could have cleared entirely.
True.
Every person that you have ever slept with is invited to a banquet where you are the guest of honor. No one will be in attendance except you, the collection of your former lovers, and the catering service. After the meal, you are asked to give a 15-minute speech to the assembly. What do you talk about?
It's a trick question. I kill myself.
And that was what I said. I did admit up front I would give the boys the ability to tap out here if we feel like this would be traipsing upon some ground that would be best left as a sleeping dog.
Quick question. When you mean sleeping with, what does that entail? Because I could either double the number or have it considerably.
Let's say this is every person that you have ever had a sexual relationship with is going to be present at this party.
Then there's like 4 or 5 people.
So yes, me too.
It's gonna be very boring.
I remember Sam at one point referred to both John and I as gigolos, for lack of a better term. She said it a great deal more crassly, I think, based on John and my younger years. That's
I'll let you guys think. I can talk because
here's the fun thing. You don't have to necessarily address the fact that any of these people know you that way. It's just you happen to be in front of a room which is going to be very limited as far as what it's comprised of.
How so this isn't like a random thing, like it's a planned party. So
this
is
a banquet,
prepared speech. This is like, I know this is happening, everyone's RSVP'd, well, for some unknown reason.
Let's just say, all right, let's
I feel like we can't get too far into it because that's when things start falling apart.
Well, let's say this. What they've said is just you got invited to a banquet. All right. So you don't know what's happening. At this banquet is only individuals that you have had sexual congress with. It's just you and them, which would presumably for all of us mean you are also there with your current significant other. However, apropos of nothing, they ask you to just jump up and give a quick 15-minute speech to everybody because it's in your honor that this banquet is being held. So depending upon, how problematic your situation was with everybody, just extemporaneously to speak sperm of the moment, so to speak, about something in general. I feel like Michael, if I can just dive into the front of the truck for a second, Michael could just give a quick, synopsis of, why the world's flat and immediately just eliminate any tension in the room.
Oh, I'd probably just trip going up the stairs to the podium, and then I'd look up and be like, it's living. And then people would be like, oh yeah, I remember this guy. He doesn't make sense to me and he's kind of silly. And then I would just sit there being like, tough crowd, probably do a couple of Rodney Dangerfield quotes there. And then, I don't know, start talking about random nonsensical shit, probably or stuff. Whoopsie.
Everybody has one. We've all had it at one point or another.
You get one. Probably talking about education or something like that and how we all need to focus on that, and people
all right.
This is not very good.
Yeah, this wasn't what I expected it to be.
No.
I'm curious to hear both of yours because I know both of you are way more interesting characters than me. So
no. I think it's so being put on blast like that. I think I would behave exactly how I am now, where I would be scrambling desperately to try and find what to say, because as many girlfriends that I'm on good terms with now, there's other people that I've been entangled with, to borrow from Will Smith and Pinkett Smith, that I have no desire to be in the same room with again. And I feel like it could go ugly really, really fast if I didn't say the right things, or if I wasn't playing down the middle. So I think it would have to be a speech that was rooted in on-brand self-depreciating humor, but then also would have to be a little trolly as well. So I think if I was allowed to have my phone with me, that maybe I would look up famous monologues.
Oh, I see.
And in fact, I mean,
off, out of your hat.
I mean, just because Shane loves when I grandpa with technology.
Oh no!
Hold on, let's see. Famous.
Oh my goodness!
What's that Walgreens site again, Jim?
Famous monologues.
Make it completely.
You're trying to say famous Mongolians.
There's a lot of those.
Man, do Winston Churchill. Just do one of those we'll fight him on the fight him on the beaches. That's Roosevelt. Never mind.
Right now, if I touch
right
here, it's
gonna
say,
oh
here's
no.
the website. www.
And
hey, you
don't
forgot
knock
the
on the door.
HTTP ://
Yeah,
//
Okay. We're getting there.
You're fired. I'm done with this episode.
No, we're not. We're not.
Quit.
And I'm Michael. Thanks for calling. Don't worry. John will clean it up.
So I would say they're accepting me up on the stage.
Mm-hmm.
What an incredible Cinderella story. This unknown comes out of nowhere to lead the pack at Augusta.
Caddyshack.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the top-rated monologue when I type in best monologue.
Well, John, since you and I, are, of course, lovers previously, I would at least be laughing in the audience, so there's something to be said for that. I have a feeling like this would be a really beautiful opportunity for you to stop and take a moment and address your personal growth as a human being.
That's a good point.
Approach it as a nice vector to just kind of dive back in and say, listen, I am a dramatically different person, and I appreciate that everyone has gathered here this evening to discuss my whatever merits I may have, and they're very few.
Somehow, yeah.
Self-deprecating, as John was referring to earlier, and just find a way to at least, if I've got 15 minutes, I can easily pull and get taffy for 15.
What's Bilbo Baggins' little speech?
About 111 years.
No,
quite wonderful to spend on such great hobbits.
I know
half of you as well
more,
as I would like, and I like half of you less than you deserve.
Yeah. That's what I would say.
Yeah.
You just do that and then somehow slip the ring of power on your finger and disappear.
The ring of power I have cannot be put on in public. So,
well, with that attitude, you're not in public; you're in a private venue. So,
meanwhile, Becky is in the back of this room with an IV drip of just whiskey going into her veins to numb the awkward pain, looking at me like, "How did I get into this situation?"
Man, I was going to say, for the volume of them that I've been present for, that would be a really entertaining crowd of people. Just on the side.
I think she would die a happy woman if that happened, because she eats up people watching and awkward situations that she's not like the brunt of the joke for. So I'm gonna talk. Either I'll show her the episode or I'll just tell her when I go downstairs after this. But I think that would probably be like a great birthday gift for her.
Just the schadenfreude would be just robust in the room. The only hesitation I have in the midst of talking about this, and because she's hi, honey. I love you. I have two terrifying thoughts. One, there would be a few people sitting around going, "Who's this guy?" Why are we here, and why aren't they serving meat? What's going on? Like, well, it is in my honor. But I also feel like Melissa might be looking around and going like, really? I had a lot of time to make up for, unfortunately. So I don't know what to tell you. Enjoy, everyone, please enjoy the waitress and tip the veal.
And also, can someone please stop that one particular guest that's stealing all of the silverware? It's not real silver, honey.
Why did your mom get invited to this, John? I remember. Oh, wait. I also want to see, I think the fun thing for me to really appreciate, and it's a glorious note to end on, is the number of individuals who would be there with other women. And this is finally confirmed in that very Randall-esque Clerks cartoon kind of way, how many people I have really driven over to the other team over the course of my time of dating.
Goodness. Oh, man. This is a good one.
Okay.
I know you had me scared pre-roll.
I had me scared.
But yeah, I think overall that was pretty fun. Sorry, I had a little burp. It's all
right, Rick. Well done.
I have to ask, Shane, did you think that I would actually give an interesting answer for this one?
No, I've never expected you to give an interesting answer, not once.
So I have two things to take us out.
Ooh.
Two.
One.
They better not be tweets.
I don't want to hear anything about Jurassic Park.
I received a text from Logan while we're recording, and it mentions you, Shane, by name.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
This isn't going to bode well.
Just watched a bit of an Old Your Mom's House episode with Joe Rogan, and he's actually pretty enjoyable. I know Shane digs him as well, so I'll give him a real listen.
Well,
there you go.
I don't know when I suddenly became the conversion crew for people to like the Joe Rogan podcast, but one piece at a time, I'm getting everybody around. And by the way, since we still have a couple of these available, I'm not sure if they'll still be around by the time they get here, but I have one presently. We are selling face masks with the glorious Damn the Weather logo. And all of the sales and the money that we accrue from this is going to go to the Black Lives Matter Phoenix Metro and the Save Our Stages Foundation, which I'm forgetting.
It's NIVA, so it's National Independent Venue Association.
So really good cause, and we only have 3 left as of this recording.
What is it? 2 medium, 1 large?
I think we are actually down to just the 2 large.
It doesn't matter.
1 medium. So
yeah, go to Bandcamp. And the other bit of information that I had for you guys, it pertains to the video podcast, is I talked to Scott, who is my brother-in-law, and he is very excited about the prospect of coming on and at some point and sharing his story with probably one of the most unique people that I've ever been privy to. And it would introduce something very exciting for this show, which would be screen share.
Yes, and the PowerPoint of Doom, as you referred to it.
Yeah, he has a PowerPoint presentation that is remarkable. I can't I can't even adequately describe how wonderful this thing is. It could have been on Nathan For You, and I would believe it and hold it up with how well it's done, how comedically written, and just it's very, very well written.
Okay.
But yeah, maybe because we were talking on this last week's episode about anniversary celebrations and special fun things that we can do for that week. So After Dark is a thing that we're doing now as we are a year in, or close to a year in. So maybe, hopefully, if I give him a date, maybe we can make this anniversary gift. Maybe it can be the anniversary episode for the video podcast.
Sure. The special expanded edition, as it were.
Yeah, because it would end up being a longer episode than we're used to doing this way, but we'd end up probably recording it at a separate point, would be my guess. So.
Yes.
Fair.
Well, we also had a moment where I was thinking in screen sharing I could include the glorious film poster that I made in Michael's honor last week that he has refused to acknowledge.
You know what? I accept, and I think that would be the appropriate way.
Well, I mean, I
go out with it.
I was going to, but I don't think that I have it, and I'm not going to waste the time looking for it. I'm not going to pull a John and try to scroll through things that we have.
Let me pull out my phone here.
Don't. We're gonna kill it before it spreads. Like someone should have done with. Not going to complete that sentence because it would definitely get us removed here. So
capital oof
in capital bruh, as your dear sainted.
Oh shit,
Michael.
Oh,
I like that we've now run the gambit, and all three of us have fumbled this. So
he's ticked, he's talked, he's ready to clock.
Indeed. As the good old Kevin Smith, if you want to have a roast chicken, it's a cock smoker. So congratulations, we are fully demonetized as of right now. Thank you all for hanging around. I'm glad we all survived this glorious thing, and we hope to see you again next time if we haven't completely driven you away. So for Disinformed After Dark. Oh, also, I will include the Bandcamp link, shameless self-plug here, but I'll include that in the show notes beneath for those who are interested, just if you want to support a good cause. So love, peace, and chicken grease to all of you here for the glorious and uproarious Disinformed After Dark. I am Kenton Eldorado.
I am Timothy Lone Cactus.
And I am, and I have always been Robert Greer from here on out forever.
Peener Greer from here.
No, yes. Peener Greer here. Tell you what.
Peener Greer.
Hey, can we get demonetized for me calling Michael a cuck?
I mean, I don't think
probably.
Cuck.
I mean, more than calling me saying shit, so.
Oh, thank you, gentlemen. I mean, Michael's the only one who's really hoping to make any money off of this, and I mean,
that's really fair.
I don't want to make pizzas anymore, guys. Please.
And also, people would have to notice us in order for YouTube to flag this, and I don't think that's gonna happen anytime
Notice
soon.
Me, senpai.
It's pronounced hentai, and you're disgusting.
Thought the senpai was the thing that I had to send back before I got food poisoning last week. Oh, thank you all for being here, and please don't get any more on ya.